Welcome to this video. We'll be looking at a question on double integrals involving polar coordinates. Right, so the question reads, evaluate the double integral, this one, where the region R is given as y should be greater than or equals to 0, x should be greater than or equals to 0, and then y squared plus y squared is between 1 and 2. So these are basically circles, okay? One of radius 1 and then the other one of radius 2. So they're saying sketch the region of integration before evaluating, okay? So we're going to sketch the region of integration and then convert it to polar coordinates and then now evaluate the integral. So that's how we're going to move. Okay, so from this region that we've been given, okay, it simply means that here we have two circles there. Okay, we have y squared plus x squared equals to 1. And then we also have x squared plus y squared being equals to what? To 2. So this one has a center 0, 0 with radius 1. This one has a center 0, 0 with the radius being the root of what? 2. Okay, and then we've also been told that x should be greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, y should be greater than or equal to 0. So we are just in the first quadrant. This is basically what it means, okay? So if we are to sketch our region, okay, so this is my x, and then this is my y. Okay, so the center is 0, 0. Okay, so the first circle, this one, has the radius 1. So I can put 1 there, minus 1, 1, minus 1. So it means this is the circle there that I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the circle. Like that, okay? So this is the circle with the radius 1. And then the other one has the radius, root of 2. So root of 2 is between 1 and 2. Okay, so that circle, I'll draw it in green to be this circle there. Okay, so where it's cutting here to be the root of 2, here to be minus root of 2, here to be minus root of 2, there to be the root of 2. Okay, and then let's draw the other boundaries. The other boundaries, they said x should be greater than or equal to 0. So x to be greater than or equal to 0, it's actually starting from the y-axis, which is the x is equals to 0, going this side. Okay, and then y is greater than or equal to 0 is starting from the x-axis going on top. So we're actually considering this part here, this one here, the first quadrant. Okay, so it means that our region will just be this one. Okay, it's bounded by the y-axis, the x-axis, and then these two circles here. So it's this part here. This is our region of integration. Okay, so from here to this yellow circle, our radius is 1. And then from here to this green circle, our radius is root of 2. Okay, so now we can convert this region into polar region. Okay, so we can say our region of integration is this one, but we can convert it into polar coordinates. So polar coordinates, this is 0 or 2 pi, and then this is pi over 2, this is pi, and then this is 3 pi over what? 2. So I'm moving from 0 all the way to what? Pi over 2. So that will be the range for my what? For my theta. And then my radius, okay, is just from 1 all the way up to 2 pi. So it means my R will be between 1 and 2 pi. So my new region, okay, if I take this as a polar coordinate region, will just be R, 0, R, theta, I mean, such that the R is between 1 and root of 2. And then the theta is between 0 and pi over 2. So this will be what I will use to integrate. Okay, so it means I have to change the dA into polar region and whatever I can see inside there into polar region. Okay, so the dA to polar region becomes r dr d theta. So now, how can we change this part? Okay, so remember, in polar coordinates, our x is r cos theta, and then our y is r sine theta. So this one now, this expression here, I'll change it. So the x squared will be r cos theta squared plus 2. The y squared will be r sine theta squared. So this will give me r squared cos squared theta plus 2 r squared sine squared theta. So we can factorize the r squared, remain with the cos squared theta. Okay. But now, here I remain with 2 sine squared theta. So that 2 sine squared theta, I'm going to write it in a special way. I'm just going to write it as the sine squared theta plus sine squared theta. Okay, this means I have 2 sine squared theta, right? So now, based on trigonometry, we know that cos squared theta, sine squared theta there just gives me a 1. So there I'm going to have 1 plus sine squared theta. Okay, so it means this expression here, the x squared plus 2y squared, has turned into r squared, open brackets, 1 plus sine squared theta. Okay, so now I can integrate since I've changed everything to polar. Okay, so we are going to say, our integral will just be integral, the theta is from 0 to pi over 2. Okay, and then the r is from 1 to the square root of 2. And then this part has become this. So it is r squared, 1 plus sine squared theta. And then the dA is r dr. Okay, where the r there is just the Jacobian. Okay, so from here now we can easily evaluate our integral. Okay, can easily evaluate our integral. So we can erase this part. So we can say this is the same as 0 pi over 2, 1 root of 2 r squared multiplied by r. I get 1 plus sine squared theta and then r to the power 3 dr d theta. So this will just be 0 to pi over 2. This will be 1 plus sine squared theta r to the power 4 over 4, then 1 root of 2. So that is what I have. Okay, so I can substitute this into this. So 0 to pi over 2, 1 plus sine squared theta. Okay, and then here I'm going to say if I substitute 2 there, okay, it will be root of 2 to the power 4. Okay, so root of 2 to the power 4 is the same as 4. Okay, root of 2 to the power 4 is the same as 4. So I write 4 minus, if I put 1 there, it will just be 1 over 4. Like that. And then forgot to write the theta here, even there, the theta. Okay, so it means my integral will just be equals to 0 to pi over 2. And then here, okay, 4 minus 1 over 4. Okay, 4 minus 1 over 4 is the same as it's the same as what? Okay, so here I forgot a 4 because I said we substitute first of all the root of 2 here, right? So I said root of 2 to the power 4 is 4. And then there's this 4 down there, so I forgot this 4 like that. Okay, so I have 4 over 4 and then minus 1 over 4 in these brackets. So that will just be 3 over 4. Okay, so I have 3 over 4. And then in the brackets, I have 1 plus sine squared theta and then d theta. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so from there, what can we do? Okay, from there, what can we do? We can, Okay, we can take this constant outside of the integral. So I remain with 1. But, okay, I remember that sine squared theta is not an elementary function. So I can't integrate it. Okay, so recall from the double angle formula that sine squared theta, okay, sine squared theta is actually the same as 1 over 2 minus cos 2 theta over 2. Or some people, they just write it 1 minus cos 2 theta over 2. So this and this are the same. So where there's sine squared theta, I'm going to put this. So I'll say plus 1 over 2, okay, minus cos 2 theta over 2. So this is what we have here, d theta. Okay, so from there, what next can I do? Okay, I can say, let's factorize a half throughout here. So if I factorize a half, that half comes to multiply this constant, and then I have 0 pi over 2. If I factorize a half from this, okay, what do you think I get? Okay, what do you think I get there? If I take out a half from a 1, I get 2. And then here, I'll just get plus 1 minus cos 2 theta, and then d theta. So what we have is actually 3 over 8, 0 pi over 2, 3 minus cos 2 theta, d theta. So we can now evaluate this and find the final answer, right? Okay, so the final answer will just be 3 over 8. Now we can integrate. We get 3 theta minus sine 2 theta over 2. So you integrate first cos 2 theta, you get sine 2 theta. And then now you differentiate the inside function, and then you divide. The limits are pi over 2, 0. So this is 3 over 8. And then when I substitute there to be 3 pi over 2 minus this one here, it will be sine 2. And then where there's theta, I put pi over 2. So this is sine pi. Sine pi is 0. So this will just be 0. And when I put 0 there, it will be 0, again 0 there. So this is what I have. So this is simply 3 over 8 multiplied by 3 pi over 2. So this will just be 9 pi over 16. Okay, and this is our final answer. Okay, so like you see that when you convert to polar coordinates, it's very easy to evaluate the integrals. Okay, so that marks the end of this video.